It's week 2 of the NFL, and all eyes are on Javonte Williams. He had a great week last week, well over 100 on the ground with a score. It's the Broncos and the Chargers, and it's coming right up on EA Sports.
Southern California has a new modern home for NFL football, and it is this place, wondrous SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the LA Chargers. Hi, everybody. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Charger club entering play here. An early season tilt, and when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet, and both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, well, down on the field, they're all thinking the same thing that they do every week, Charles. All the work, all the preparation over the past week, it all leads up to these next 4 quarters.
It's suspenseful now, Brandon, but once that ball is kicked, that thought will go out the window. From then on, it's just time to execute and fight for a win.
2 one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's caught. It's Marvin Mims. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A first carry now. This is Williams. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And his throw is going to be incomplete. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, this crew against the pass, issues at times, ranked number 24, Charles, in the NFL.
They'll take that play right there each and every snap because throughout this season, they've given up some big plays. To be able to hold someone to no gain, oh yeah, they'll take that one all game long. 1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Returnable here for Davis. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020. The man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
2nd down and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Herbert now. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Baron Browning with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. On is the Chargers punter now. And Marvin Mims deep for Denver. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking middle, and that's complete. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. The numbers for him from a week ago: 5 catches, 71 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, if you like the matchup and that connection works to start the drive, no reason to go away from it. Let that defense prove that they can stop you. And here, it's 2 throws and 2 first downs.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Eight yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. On second down, Williams runs through the contact. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Robert Spillane, the linebacker, there on the tackle. They run it again with Williams. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's to the pylon and incomplete.
And down here, first and goal, if it's not there, don't force it. You've got at least 2, if not 3 more shots at it. So that's a wise move to get rid of it.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Javonte Williams, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are on the board first here this afternoon. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. Then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and
now they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Going right side here, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 15 yards there for number 15.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. To the air again, Herbert. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 40. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory, right at the 40. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's able to skip away from that first defender on his way to a pickup of 5. Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. More from L.A. in a moment. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. A handoff as they run the counter play. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Broncos' 2-yard line.
They'll try to run this one in. And everyone on their assignment defensively there as he'll be taken down behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive.
Touchdown, Chargers! A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Chargers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Well, he is such a matchup nightmare down near the goal line, CD, and another example right there on that play for the touchdown.
It's borderline impossible to defend this guy because that kind of size, he can still get out and run a crisp route, and he has excellent hands. Even if you stick with him, all the quarterback has to do is lob it up, and he can win almost any jump ball.
Extra point up and good by Dicker, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The offense getting set again. We spotlight Javonte Williams, the running back. And you see the last drive, great chunky yardage, the touchdown on 5 carries. And offensively, everything just looked in sync, didn't it?
It did, and the reason that it was in sync is because it's a combination of play calling, game plan, offensive line marrying up with all of their blocks. But don't forget the receivers out on the perimeter. Any type of a long run, the receivers have had a hand in that because they've occupied people downfield. And, of course, give the big credit to the man with the football. Great vision, good movement, gets to the end zone.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. Now back to throw. They'll run the screen with Herbert. And he goes out right around the 39. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Davis now to return it. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 52 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice gain.
At the 45-yard line.
Back to throw here, Herbert. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, they'll try to run for it on the ground. And that's going to be good for a Chargers first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Here's a 2nd and 8. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The Chargers had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 17-yard line.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Herbert operating from the red zone. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Baron Browning. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He gets it to Johnston. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll try to run this one in. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. The coverage good, the pressure good, leads to the sack, and it's 3rd and goal now.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
Now from back at the 9 after that last play, this is 3rd and goal. Now it's Herbert. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Not what you wanted there. It goes as a sack and a loss of a yard, and now it's 4th and goal. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
For the Chargers field goal. A 27-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for it.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Denver Broncos back out there. Former Tar Heel Javonte Williams, we shine the spotlight on him. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space. And just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with a run so far. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. On 3rd down, here's a run by Herbert. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Good footwork at the 30. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
2nd and 10. Herbert. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They forced incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On 1st down, it's Herbert. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
At the 49-yard line.
Here's Herbert. Finds Johnston. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And It's no good, and that will keep this a 3-point game. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay. We're accustomed to seeing strong quarterback play. We got that in the first half from Justin Herbert. He had a touchdown pass in that first half, helping his guys to a halftime advantage.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. So here are the Chargers to take over. They're on the good side of this game right now with a lead, but they were on the bad side last week in that loss to Cincinnati, so now trying to make amends. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And that one complete to his receiver, Palmer. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 87 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. Right back to him on 1st down. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. That's going to be caught. It's Palmer. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 44-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger 1st.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. Throwing middle, and it's complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw. Herbert. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Charger 1st.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll set up to run the quarterback draw. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. He'll pick up 7 there on the 1st down keeper. Now 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Herbert. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Trying to find some space to turn upfield, but this defense having none of it. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Chargers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point try now from Dicker. It's good to make it 17-7. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge, an opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. It was a small, manageable spread to overcome. A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He'll dump this one off to Herbert. No gain on the play, and that'll make it second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt, and that is no good. And they will not cut into that 10-point lead.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Justin Herbert and the rest of the Charger offense set to take over once more. Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watch the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, the ball never hits the ground there either.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. Final minute now of the third quarter. Play action. It's Herbert. Throw left side is hauled in by Palmer. Touchdown! Josh Palmer, 34 yards. And the Chargers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
How about that touchdown, partner? If you blinked, you probably missed it. I looked away for just a second, and they were in the end zone.
Dicker down to tack on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Josh Palmer. And he returns this to the 22. The Broncos about set to go on offense. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this third quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
On the slant, completes to Sutton. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that will bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 39-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. He'll get this complete to the running back, Herbert. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They'll look to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 28. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Here's 2nd and 8. Throw over the middle, taken in by Dulcich. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on third down conversions. They need a yard here. He'll look to throw. He's got his running back out of the backfield. Touchdown, Broncos. Chuba Hubbard, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. This game was really a tussle, seemed like just a moment ago, and now they've got the momentum. A couple of scores on their last pair of drives and a 2-score lead. I think here now you go conservative, right? Run the football, work the clock.
You know, I usually agree with you, but I'm going after him right here. I want to put this bad boy away. I wouldn't be afraid to throw it. They've got all the confidence, all the momentum on their side. Go ahead and take your dagger shots and try and finish this one off.
I disagree vehemently. I say run the football. You've got the lead.
Well, let's watch it and find out who's right.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Herbert It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Back to throw here, Herbert. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. And that sack, Charles, just looked like a case where a speedy defensive end is a little bit quicker than the offensive tackle.
Yeah, it makes it difficult for a tackle to determine what exactly to do. Do you do the kick slide and try and get back in the pocket and meet him there? Do you meet him on the line of scrimmage where they call a quick set? In any event, right now, he's having his troubles.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw. That is caught. He's got room at the 30, and he takes it all the way down to the 22. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Back to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Here now, 2nd and goal. Now back to throw. Checks this down to Hubbard.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll try to run it in. It's Williams. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Butker's kick here is good, and this is back down to a 7-point game. So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position. With all 3 timeouts, I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Chargers getting set to go. Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a very slim lead they're holding on to.
And let's face it, the easiest way to get this done, challenge your ground game. Challenge your offensive line, your tight ends, your receivers. Anyone who's going to lay down a block, don't let there be penetration because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and maybe bring extra people to the ball. If you can do that, make them burn their timeouts, run out the clock, life will be good. But if you really want to gamble a little bit, a quick play action, quick throw, might be able to get it done. Just make sure it's not incomplete and stop the clock.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. And he will have a Charger first down, and that should be the one that gets him to the finish line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On second down, they'll try and run the counter. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a gain of 4, and that should just about seal the deal. Herbert to a knee, and that should just about write it into this one. Well, you really can't ask for much more than what we just had here. Not only a close game that went down to the wire, Charles, but a clean one, too. No turnovers in this contest.
And I think you're exactly right about that. To me, this is just a pair of offenses trying to find the slightest bit of separation from each other. And they were both hoping that the other side would make the big mistake first. But today, neither side made that mistake. And what we got, a very entertaining game throughout.
So for the Chargers, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Southern California.